ojoojúmọ́ ni màá ṣọpẹ́ fún ìfẹ́ tèmi ọ̀rẹ́.
Do this, like do this. Okay. One. Serious face. Hi everybody! So that was Vicky. 1, 2, 3. Hi everyone! Can't get the help you need these days. 1, 2, 3. Hi everyone! Hey Kibit. Hey Kibit.
Hi guys!
Hey people!
Hope we are all well. Hope everyone is good wherever you are. We are back.
We are back again.
Yes.
Team Oppie and Ayo.
Team-
Sorry, actually, Oppie and Ayo. Team Oppie and Ayo. Mr. and Mrs. Davis. Okay? What do we have today? We're going to go straight to it.
We're gonna straight to the cocoa.
Yeah, we miss you guys. We miss being in front of the camera. But
Yeah.
we're back. Okay, we're going to go straight to it. So this is a continuation of
Money and Marriage series.
Money and Marriage. Okay, as we said, it's a series and we want to talk to you guys
It's long.
and share everything with you, share our experiences with you.
Yeah.
So it's a continuation of the series. In the last part, which was the part 1 of the series, what did we talk about? We talked about...
You just put me on the spot there, baby.
So you don't know what we talked about?
I can't remember because we didn't.
We talked about revealing your paychecks.
Oh
Okay?
yes.
And
we did.
obviously just supporting the motion that we should reveal our
Reveal your
paychecks to
paychecks.
help with planning.
we got different
Yeah, so we got
responses
quite a lot of responses
from that.
from different people. Yeah.
Some people are still not convinced.
Yeah.
But each to their own. We
Each to
said
their
our
own. We can
own. It
only
works.
share.
Yeah, it works for us, and
Yeah.
it works extremely well.
Yeah.
So, and it works for other people have said as well. Some people have said
Yeah,
it works
definitely.
well for them.
Definitely.
But anyway, let's go down to what we have today.
So today we just want to talk about savings. Okay, we want to
Yeah.
concentrate on savings.
Save-
So what's the topic of today?
Saving after the wedding.
Saving after the wedding. Okay. So after the wedding, there's life after the wedding. Okay, and we just want to share our experience with you about saving after the wedding. So where do we start from?
The beginning. The Genesis.
You know, in the last video, yeah, we said the beginning, and someone said we're supposed to say the Genesis.
Oh wow. Okay.
So thank you very much for the
Thank
correction.
you for pointing out that.
So we're gonna ask you again. So where did we start from?
The Genesis. The Genesis.
Genesis.
Okay, let's lay the foundation, okay, and then we'll build it from there. Now, starting from the Genesis, there's 2 types of savings, okay, based on my knowledge or based on what we practice in this house. 2 types of savings, okay. First is saving for something specific. So whereby the saving is earmarked for a specific purpose, okay. That's the reason why you're saving. The second type of savings is saving for the rainy day. So there's nothing specific, but you're just saving that in the future there might be an emergency. In the
Not
future.
literally a rainy day, like.
Yeah, that's what it means.
But saving for the just in case.
Yeah, saving for the just
of
in
this,
case.
In case of that.
Yeah. So those are the 2 types of savings, okay? And the reason why I'm saying that is because we're talking about saving after the wedding. Now, most times you're saving towards the wedding, so that's the first type of saving where you're saving for the wedding. And that's why in starting this discussion or starting this our conversation today, we want to actually start from the wedding.
Yeah.
The saving should start
From the wedding. Yeah, because after the wedding it's a whole different ball game.
Yeah.
So the wedding, you might have so many. You might be lucky enough. You might be one of those people that you can get from bank of mum and dad
Yeah.
or rich uncle, rich auntie, sponsor wedding. Everything is just sorted for
Yeah.
you. But after the wedding, that's when the real stuff happens.
Yeah.
So we are of the opinion that even in that process of planning your wedding,
Yeah.
you should kind of set the foundation of how you want to go on into your marriage.
Yeah.
So say for instance you are gifted £50,000 for your wedding
Yeah.
by uncle. Uncle gives you £15,000.
By the rich millionaire uncle.
Uncle gives you £50,000.
Yeah.
And you could do it 2 ways. You could say, I'm going to spend this whole £50,000 on my wedding. Bearing in mind, you've already got other money.
Yeah.
But now that this £50,000 have come, you said, oh, actually, we need this, we need that, we need that. Or you could say, that £50,000 could help me in my marriage, in the things I need after the wedding. I'm going to keep that and keep that as extra money, as saving for the
For the rainy
Rainy
day,
day.
maybe. Or, so you have the £50,000 now, okay? Let's assume you didn't even have any savings at all. And someone has dashed you or gifted you £50,000. That does not necessarily mean you must spend the whole £50,000 on the wedding. So you, if you're me or if you're like us, you will probably spend £30,000 for the wedding and keep the other £20,000 either for the rainy day, because you don't know what's going to come afterwards, after the wedding, and we're going to share 1 or 2 examples for you. You don't want to be broke after your wedding. That's one thing that you need to know.
That's one thing.
You cannot afford to be broke after your wedding.
You can't.
Do you understand?
You can't afford. What's that, baby? You can't afford to be broke. Is it tautology or what?
Oh, yeah, it's like a metaphor.
A metaphor.
It's like a metaphor.
We did English. Yes.
I'm not sure it's a metaphor, but yeah. So yeah, you can't afford to be broke after the wedding. Now, I personally, we don't support getting a loan for a wedding, for example.
Yeah.
Like going to.
Some people do.
Yeah, which is fine. Do you understand? I'm just saying personally.
But it's just an extra
debt.
Debt, yeah, that you don't need.
Yeah. So it's literally cut your coat according to your size. Do you understand? And plan based on what you have. You don't necessarily have to break the bank for the wedding. Do you understand?
And even going on from that, I think one thing we learned from the wedding as well is that sometimes extra costs come up.
Yeah.
So even in that saving that you think you're saving for after the wedding, sometimes in the wedding extra costs come up, things happen, and you'll be running helter-skelter. Like, oh my God, where am I going to get this money from? If you have that little
extra bit left. Do you understand? Now, I'm sure most people would save a little bit and not spend, but we've seen many situations where couples after the wedding, they became so broke and they actually lived off borrowed money, basically borrowing money from friends and family to survive. Because things go wrong,
and that's not a good start.
It's just not a good start
to, because it will make you angry with each other.
Yeah,
and it's just not what you need at the start of life together.
No, it's not a good start. Plan the wedding, okay, with the mind that you need to also save as well. So start saving from the wedding. That's the point that we're trying to.
Exactly. And then, since we're talking about the start, so after the wedding, you start the marriage, which takes us to our next point, which is full disclosure of your financial situation.
Yeah.
Now, let's be honest. The best thing about marriage is the honesty. Now, you're going into a partnership with someone for the rest of your life.
The rest of your life is a very long time.
It's very long.
Do you understand?
Very long.
It's very long.
It's very long.
Yeah.
So you both have to give full disclosure of your financial situations, however good or however bad. So God forbid, if you are bankrupt, you need to say. If you are owing people, you need to say. If you pay monthly for something, i.e. a child, i.e. a parent, some kind of care and responsibility, you need to say, because at the end, if we're really honest with ourselves, both of you are going to have to carry that together. So even if you think, oh, I'm not going to contribute to my husband's, spending or taking care of another child, the fact is it will still affect you, because that will still come from some kind of joint purse that you have. So you need to have full disclosure of
when you have that full disclosure, as we've said, I think we even sort of touched on this in our last. That's why we said about revealing the paychecks.
Yes.
So apart from revealing the paychecks, so full disclosure of your financial commitments, in the sense that if I have a series of loans, for example, I need to let her know that, okay, I am earning £1,000 monthly. However, I am paying debt worth of £800. I only have £200 left. Do you understand? So when you're open about these things and you're honest about your financial commitments, in the sense that I need to let her know, for example, that every month I send money to a friend of mine who is in need, or I send money to a family member of mine, and that's part of my monthly commitment. So I need to let her know that £200 every month is going towards this. Do you understand? Like, I need to actually be accountable to her in terms of how I am spending my money.
Definitely.
Because we're talking about saving after marriage. So based on this, based on the fact that both of us are open with each other and understand our financial commitments, then we are able to know how we would save.
And it helps to manage expectations as well.
Yeah.
So I won't be there saying, oh God, Ayo's not contributing to the house, he's not doing anything. He earns X amount, but he only contributes Y amount. He's just like in Nigeria, not a Nigerian one, but in African films, are you a man? Kind of thing. But
Yeah.
if I know how much
Yeah.
you are, what you are responsible for outside of our pocket, our joint pocket, then they won't.
Exactly. I think that's the main purpose of why you should actually disclose your financial commitments, because you help to manage each other's expectations. So I'm not expecting her. So whilst she might be making so much or so little, I understand where her commitments lie. It might be temporary, it might be long term or short term, but at that time I understand where these things lie, and we can plan, and move forward from there.
Yeah, and then I think as well, it makes like you don't feel bad for these things, because some people, the fact is, you do have to care for your mom, you do have to care for your dad, or you might be in a position you have to care for siblings. Don't ever feel bad because you have that kind of responsibility or commitment. And I don't think your partner should make you feel bad for that as well, but they won't ever make you feel bad if you tell them the truth from the beginning.
So it is important to carry them along on that journey.
Definitely.
To understand and say, this is what I am actually using this money for. Because sometimes, you're asking those questions. Sometimes it's happened to us. Do you understand? Even when we started marriage. Because I was like, okay, should we give them an example? In the sense that, there was a time where she was spending all of her money. All of her money without saving a dime.
-1.
Do you understand? She might even spend to go into minus. And it baffled me. Because at that time, obviously, I knew what she had revealed her paycheck, and I knew how much she was earning. And I said, based on your earnings, you should have X amount. You should be able to have X amount. Let's say you should be able to have £1,000 after spending, after going on your transportation, spending on feeding or whatever. You should have X amount that you can put away and we can save together. Do you understand? So at that time, that was when she started disclosing some of her commitments, some of her financial commitments in terms of loans, in terms of other financial commitments. And then based on that, I was able to understand, okay, this is the reason why she's not able to save this much, or she's not able to contribute as expected. Do you understand? And we worked together from there. So please, it is very important to disclose your financial commitments. So this takes us to the next point, which is
the savings mindset.
The savings mindset. What we need to understand now is, what is your partner's, how does your partner see savings? What do they think about savings? What type of saver are they? So we need to both understand. I need to understand what type of saver or spender are you? Do you understand? And reach a common ground. You need to sort of mix or blend.
And it is not this. I feel like this is the most difficult part.
Very difficult.
Because you are coming from two different mindsets. Look, so say for instance, I come from the UK, for instance, where for uni you might not pay it outright. You get a student loan. So you already have that loan already, after you finish uni. Whereas you come from Nigeria and you
pay for your schooling upfront.
Exactly. So you're on a clean slate.
Exactly.
So we already have a different standing on saving and spending.
So there was a mindset of that, well, if I need money, I can always borrow money. I can always get a loan.
Exactly.
You understand? Meanwhile, my mindset was that we should use out of the savings and borrow less. Do you understand? So both of us coming together, and she also had the mindset of, okay, let's enjoy each other. Money has come, let's spend. Do you understand? And I was a bit, reluctant on spending. For example, I was not big on going on holidays.
No.
Because for me, the truth is, being in London is a holiday. Being in London, like when I grew up, let me tell you a little story. Not a little story, but obviously growing up in Nigeria, I used to come here on the summer for holiday. So the fact that I am now living in
on your
London,
holiday.
I'm living a holiday life. So I'm like, there's no point spending money on holidays. However, we started working together, because I understood that, okay, we need these breaks. I understood that, okay, well, she doesn't see being here as a holiday, and we need to go away and we need to spend that money.
Exactly.
So understanding that, both of us understanding that we need to save, both of us understanding, that we need to spend, and both of us actually being reasonable about this. So now it takes two people.
It does take two.
You need to both be on the same page. So you might not necessarily both be on the same page initially.
but you need to get there eventually.
You need to get there
if you want to
eventually.
go forward together in your finances.
Yes.
And I think as well, it's about recognizing strengths and weaknesses. So when we met, it was very clear, or I knew. So the way I talked about money, I knew that like.
She knew I was better with money.
Yeah, he's better with money than I am.
Yeah.
So I am very happy to let him lead in that area because I know that he does it well. He manages money very well. So I think as well with your partnership, learn who has the strength and learn who has the weakness. Some people can manage money well together, but I just don't feel, I feel like say for instance, we do research about maybe investing or something. That's not me. I would never go and do research about investing because it's just not my strength.
However, I would go away
and find
do the research and then
come back
her through it.
Exactly, and then it's just easier for me to understand. And I'm like, no. So
and that's how I bring her on board. And this in the same way she brings me on board with her ideas
about the holidays.
About the True, about the holidays and about other stuff that we can do with money. Okay?
Yeah.
So
and I think it's something as well that we as this generation should teach our children.
Yeah.
Because I wish it was in the curriculum about how to save, how to get a mortgage, how to do what's the best rate, interest rate, those kind of things are stuff that you need in this the world, the economy that we're in.
Yeah.
So it is something that you should kind of teach your children
from young.
And
to be honest, that's how I grew up. In the sense that if you gave me £1 today, I know not to spend it. I know to spend 70% and save 30%. Do you understand? I think we'll go into more detail when we want to talk about savings for something specific.
And that, by the way, helps me know my husband in the sense that if he says there's no money, I know that there's money. I know that there's money somewhere. No. Like anytime I hear say there's no money, I'll be like, baby, stop, there's money. Is it not you? Like I know he's never in a situation where there's no money.
No.
So that baby, I know.
Maybe I should explain that.
No.
Maybe I shouldn't explain that in front of the camera. That's because when I say there's no money, that's because the money that I have there,
the reserve of the reserve of the reserve,
that money is for the rainy day. I am not touching it. Do you understand? So when you're saving, anyways, I think we'll go into more detail about saving for the rainy day. I'm not touching that money for a holiday because that money is there for emergency. Do you understand? So when I say there's no money, that money might still be there. However, there's no extras because there's a minimum amount that needs to be in that purse.
Yeah. Okay, so the next big thing with saving after the wedding is budgeting and planning.
Good.
People hate that word budgeting. I hate that word budgeting because it kind of means like we should be tight.
Sounds means like you're restricting yourself.
You're restricted, and I just don't like it.
And the truth is, whether you're rich or poor, do you understand? The rich people, the successful people that are rich or wealthy, they budget. They don't just spend money. They don't
just spend $1 million in one day.
The ones that are wise. So obviously there's a lean budget and there's a fat budget, depending on your earnings and depending on.
Baba God, give me a fat budget. Give me a fat budget.
So whilst budget seems like you're restricting yourself, it is very important to budget. And again, like because I like things being in parts. There's two types of budgets. Do you understand?
Tell them, baby.
There's the long-term budget and there's a short-term budget. Please. You might, if you want to take notes, take notes. This point is very important. There's the long-term budget and the short-term budget. So as soon as you get married, wedding is over, okay? Budgeting every year. I don't know if we said it in our when we did our 30th anniversary video. We sit down at the beginning of the year and have a budget.
This is actually real. I was actually quite shocked when I heard this. Like, let's sit down. Let's talk about our budget. Let's plan.
So we have a budget for the year. Very important. Do you understand? And whilst we have a budget for the year, which is short term, sometimes it might be shorter term in terms that it might be 6 months. We also have a longer term budget, which spans across 5 to 10 years. Do you understand? So we know things that we budgeted for stuff for 5 years, in 5 years time.
So you may be thinking, what could you be budgeting for in 5 years time? These are like houses, investments, things that you want to buy in the long run. So things that you're thinking of in the future.
Things that you want to do with the savings. Because at the end of the day, we said we have earmark savings for something specific, and we have the rainy day savings. However, without budgeting, do you understand? You're not going to know exactly how much, and you're not going to know what to do. So budgeting is that plan. So I can look back in 6 months when we wrote down the budget to say, are we going according to that? Now let me explain it. So in terms of the budget, we know what comes in on a monthly basis.
Explaining that in layman's terms is, you know how much I'm earning and I know how much you're earning, which is why we talked about the importance of revealing your paychecks. So that's the foundation. How much is coming in?
Yeah. So it is important to budget in the sense that, so based on the budget now, I know how much we can save. Do you understand? And I know how much we would have by December. There's so many things we want to do next year, for example. We already have a budget for it.
Yeah.
And when you're budgeting, don't budget on invisible monies. Don't budget based on the money that someone would give you.
Yeah.
Or the money that someone has promised you. You need to budget based on
what you have.
On the present, based on the salaries, based on the profits. That's what you're budgeting for. Please take note. You will be disappointed if you're budgeting on someone else's promises or budgeting for things that you have not seen. I have been there before. We have been there before. Okay, let's give you an example.
You.
No. When we were budgeting for our house, do you understand? And obviously we had planned that we were going to get a certain amount of money from the wedding when you spray. I think we mentioned this before.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So we actually had a budget based on what people would spray us at the wedding.
They didn't even spit, let alone spray.
Do you understand?
They didn't do
so we were disappointed, and obviously we were not able to carry out what we had planned, because basically we had planned based on the budget. We planned that within 1 year after the wedding, we should be able to buy a house based on the amount of monies that we're expecting from these people that were going to spray us. However, that did not happen. So we had to replan.
And it took us double the time, actually.
Yeah. So we had to replan. Do you understand? And so basically your budget needs to be realistic. It needs to be smart.
It needs to be based on you.
Smart, baby. Remember the SMART rule. Smart. Specific, measurable, accurate, realistic and time-bound. So that's how you plan a budget. Do you understand? That based in the next 5 years, this is what I'll do. In the next 6 months, this is what we'll be spending. Okay?
Yeah.
I don't know if I've nailed it. Do you have anything more to add to that?
Yes, that makes sense. I think another thing as well with budgeting and planning is doing it, I think you've mentioned it before, but doing it according to what you are able to do. So most times we find that people, it's just human nature. Oh, person A and B, couple A and B have bought a house and we are still...
No, or they've bought a Range Rover.
Oh.
They've bought a Bugatti.
Yes, and we are here, like, still, like, we haven't moved forward.
Yeah.
Focus on your own lane.
Yeah.
Focus on your own lane. Everyone gets their things at different times, yeah?
Thank you.
As long as you are working towards your goal, you will surely reach it.
You will get there.
You'll get there. So don't worry about what anyone else is doing.
Good. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a wrap. However, before we round up, finally, you know, this is the overall of everything. Okay? Don't keep secrets.
Don't. Because y'all got to work together as a team.
You're a team. Let me tell you the thing about being a team. Let me explain it to you, okay? You're a team in the sense that you need to understand that your goal is the same.
Yeah, exactly.
So, in a game of football, okay, they work as a team. You give me the ball, I give it back to you. You give me the ball, I give it back to you. What is the ultimate aim? To score
a goal.
To put the ball into the goalpost, into the net of the opponent. When you're working as a team, understand that you cannot do it alone. Understand that I am working with you and our aim is to score. Our aim is to be successful together. You understand? And in doing that, you cannot keep secrets. There's no secret spending.
Yeah, no secret spending, exactly. No secret stash. No buying stuff and running upstairs and hiding it under the bed. Because I haven't done that before.
No, she's done it many times. But obviously, we've now understood that you don't do it. Let me know about it. Because I will still know about it. And obviously, she doesn't do that anymore. So please, ladies and gentlemen,
Yes.
no secret spending.
No secrets.
Hopefully, we've been able to share our experience and we've been able to share one or two things. And let us know your thoughts once again.
And if you have any questions about this topic or anything that you want us to expand on, then please do contact us. We will message you back.
Yeah.
We will.
And we do. I think we've responded to all the emails.
I hope so.
Yes, we've responded to all the emails.
Yes.
If not, we're coming to yours.
We're coming
shortly.
to yours. Yeah.
Okay. So speak to us, and it's been a great journey.
It has. So.
Speaking about money, there's gonna be a part 3. Okay.
Definitely.
We'll let you know what that's gonna be about.
Yeah.
If you're new to the channel, say hello.
Hi.
We're gonna let you go now. By the way, we have not forgotten about the welcome song.
We haven't.
Our new subscribers. Hopefully, we should sing it in the next video. Our welcome song. Anyways, we love you. See you later.
Bye.
Caramel choo-choo, no one be
Hope we are all well. Hope we are enjoying the summer break.
No, you're always saying about summer. You don't need to greet. You're greeting about the summer all the time.
Yes, because it's summer.
Which summer break?
Summer break. I didn't say sun. Summer break. Most people are on break.
Okay, fine.
You wouldn't know because you didn't go to school.
Yeah.
You just killed the vibe, man.
I'll be up and shining forever, my love. Oh,